Hi guys, this is Mohan Raj, and today's session will see about Internet of Things and what is an Internet of Things and why the Internet of Things. Why do we need Internet of Things? And some of the benefits of IoT and some of the features of IoT. See, this IoT was coined by Kevin Stone in the year 1999. So what is this IoT? Why he has been introduced? So IoT is nothing but Internet of Things. So this Internet of Things is the system of interrelated, internet connected objects that are able to collect and transfer data over the wireless network, that is without the involvement of humans. And these IoTs are with embedded with sensors, softwares, and other technologies which have been used in order to enable these things so that it can connect and exchange the information over the wireless networks. Especially it is used for wireless networks. Nowadays, for this purpose, this IoT have been introduced. Nowadays, you can see over 50 million connected devices were there, IoT devices. And these IoT devices may increase in future. That is, the experts are expecting that by 2025, it may be around 500 billions of IoT devices which will be connected with each other in order to exchange the information. And these IoT devices involves extending internet connectivity. The standard devices where desktops, laptops, smartphones, tablet, and number of devices where we can able to connect into it. And this IoT has become very much popular in 21st century because nowadays we know that every objects are being connected from one to another. So this IoT plays a very important role. So these IoTs are being connected from kitchen appliances to car and baby motions in order to interact these things where it uses embedded systems. Embedded devices are going to be used in order to make a communication or exchange the information. Right. So here in this slide you can see these IoT devices are being helps to access the data remotely. As well as when you see the previous slide, smartphone. This smartphone will control of all your home appliances from light to TV, whatever the objects which are there in your house. And other one you can see GPRS tracking. So this GPRS tracking helps to track the movement of a person moving from one position to another position or one place to another place. So face detections, voice detections, adaptive brightness. So all these things will be happened only with the help of these IoT devices. So how these devices will be communicating, even though it is different devices, it is not a similar type. So one is GPRS, one is mobile, one is brightness of mobile, and one is face detections and voice recognitions or voice detections. How these things are being happening? So because in this communication between one device to another device will be happened because they use a common platform and common language in order to provide a communication. This process starts with a device itself with secure communication with IoT platforms. It uses a separate platform, a separate softwares are being used and common. All these platforms, different platforms, uses same common language where you'll be having common language so that the communication becomes very easy. So because these things is going to be integrated, these platforms integrated in order to exchange or share the data from one application to other application. that is being done, right? So this is how the data will be exchanged between one system to another system, or one device to another device. The other one, you can see what is Internet of Things here, connecting everyday things embedded with electronics, softwares and sensors to the internet, enabled them to collect and data exchange. Say, suppose you want to access, which means we can say this one as an IoT in the smart home automations. We can say this one with the help of this slide. We can say IoT in smartphone automations. How it is smartphone automation? So you will be elsewhere. You will be elsewhere, and you are trying to access. That is what remote access. You are trying to access the things or objects which are there in your house. See, for example, you want to switch on AC, or to increase your AC. By the time you reach to your house, it should be very cool. It should be very chilled. So at that time, you can remote access makes you to access the object in your house. That is AC, light, and oven. So see, all these things have been done. You are in different location, and you are trying to control, and you are controlling the object which is in your house, because those objects have been linked with the same platform, and with this IoT device what you are having, with the help of that you can able to control smoothly, as well as not only controlling, where you can provide a maximum security for that. You can able to provide maximum security the data what you are going to be exchanging, right? So the other example where you can see motion detection systems are also used. Motion detections are also can be used. So these motion detections are able to identify whether your door has been locked, whether anyone have been opened the door, right? So those things can be easily identified, and whether the door has been locked or not, it can report immediately to the person, the intended person. So this is how where you can able to access the data which is being located remotely, right? So not only those things, as in the next slide where you have seen hospital, medicines, operation theaters, all those things have been used. So which means these IoTs are being used in the hospitals also, can be used also in the hospitals. So how it is being used? As a part of monitoring system. So this monitoring, it can able to monitor patient's health. As a monitoring part of a monitoring system, it can able to monitor patient's health, as they are in other areas with IoT devices where they were helpful in the hospitals. So how it is going to be helpful as a monitoring system? So IoT devices, these IoT devices are being tagged to the with sensors that are being tracking at real-time location of medical equipments, such as oxygen pumps, nebulizers, wheelchairs, and other monitoring equipments can be connected with the help of this, so that the speed, not only that, the speed of the infection is a major factor. The speed of the infection is also a major factor. It is concerned within hospital. So if IoT have been enabled hygiene monitoring devices, which helps the patient to prevent getting infected. So those things which makes the doctor can analyze very easily. So IoT for the physicians, by using this wearable and other home monitoring equipment embedded with IoT, so physicians can effectively have a track of the patient's health. So that this, how they'll be having a track, because these IoTs have been embedded. So the data, whatever the data which is there, so those data can able to collect and identify very easily, and the treatment also can be done very faster. In such a way, these IoTs are playing very important role in 21st century, right? So some of the benefits of IoTs we can see, that is monitoring overall business process. That is, how can we monitor overall business process? That is by collecting data in the different units, and where you can able to monitor. So because if you're taking any kind of bigger industry, something like that, so when IoTs are being used here, so one can able to track in which unit what is the thing it is being processing, how they are processing. So those things can be easily monitored. So how much raw materials is there, how much it is required, those things can able to easily identify. So not only that, it can able to improve the customer experience. So that is it is very important role in actually in the business areas, where they'll take all the positive customer experience, so it can increase the customer satisfaction by controlling the equipment of problems for the problems, right? So that it becomes very easy for them. So instead of sending one or the other person for collecting the data and making things to be happen, so with the help of this IoT, it makes a better customer experience, it can be improved, right? The other one, it is save time and money. Of course, with the help of IoTs, so since there is no human involvement, even though the initial stage it may be a costlier, but later on when you see in progress, where the money what you have been spent is been worth, right? And also not only that, and it can enhance the employee productivity, right? So it can increase the productivity of the employee, right? So integrates and adapts business model, different models can be implemented, and automatically better and good decisions can be taken, even though because you will be collecting information in different areas and different personalities, so that based on that one can able to judge which is the best one, so that based on that you can able to take a good decision for the improvement of their organization or business. And you can able to generate more revenue, because say 10% of work can be done by the one IoT device, right? In such a way where we can able to generate the revenue also. These IoT devices have been some of the key features, that is, so artificial intelligence, connectivity, and sensor, say, active engagement, and small devices. So these are the some of the features where they have been used in IoTs. Key features have been used. So without, see, where we are having the key features like artificial intelligence. So this artificial intelligence and sensors plays a very important role. Right. For example, when you're taking sensors, the key features as one of the sensors. So these sensors used technology where it is used to detect and measure the changes and to the environment and report to the status. So IoT, where with the help of these sensors, whatever the thing which is having in the passive network, whatever the things which is being in the passive network, it can be sent to the active network without a proper person, right? So there could be no hold on effective or true IoT environment. So sensors plays a very important role. So for passive network to active network, where it, with the help of sensor can be used. And artificial intelligence. So with the help of artificial intelligence and smart sensors, artificial intelligence and sensors makes the work to be done very easier and effectively. See, these artificial intelligence have been included in this IoTs, where one of the example you can say robot manufacturings, or self-car driving or self-driving cars. So one of the car driving Telsa system, self-driving car are the best example of IoT and AI working together. Right? So they can determine, and also they can determine with the help of this artificial intelligence, they can able to determine the weather conditions, road conditions, optimal speed, and getting smarter with IoT trips. So these are the things which is being used with IoTs. And connectivities. So as when you are transmitting any data from one to another, which enables the specifying IoT networks, means that no longer exclusive tier of major providers network can exist much smaller and cheaper scale while being practical. So practically once it is been implemented, so it becomes very easy in order to identify the data transmission between one to another. Right. It collects the data from the cloud. Usually these things and all uses the cloud technology in order to have data transmission or data requirement can be done with the help of cloud. Sensors should create the cloud using various mediums of communications, and these communication medium included like mobiles, satellite networks, Wi-Fi, and so on. So these are some of the key features of this one. The other one it is applications, which means where exactly these IoTs are being used. Right. So these IoTs are being used in small cities as a part, and where it is being used in a smart environment, smart water, smart metering, security and emergencies, and so on. So these are some of the areas where, as I said just now, I said in the applications plays some very important roles, like smart home, smart city, smart environment, smart farming. So these areas where one can able to get how exactly it is being used. So where, for example, whether one has to see whether it is being in the uh, smart watering and smart cities. So weather forecastings, and also it is one of the major things which is being used in the IoTs are being used, right? And the other one it is see this what efficient way of waste management in the cities, as I have shown the one of the smart cities. So efficient waste management in the cities. Suppose by censoring this one. So this waste management can be identified based on the where, as I said, IoTs have been tagged to each and every objects. So that will be sent to the cloud platform, and from there, so not only in the cloud where you can get that information to the industries where it is, like the city council, recycling plant, manufacturing unit, health and safety automations. So all those things where it is been connected directly to the cloud. So with the help of that, where the data can be exchanged, and where they can able to, based on the situation, where the actions can be taken very easily. So not only that, now it is being seen one of the in the sensors in the holy cow. So in the sensors in the holy cow, where they can able to identify how the sensor have been embedded with the ear of the cow, where cattle can see how much what is the health condition of that, and they can able to see the tracking of their movement, where the cow is located, and whether the cow is healthier or not. So all those things can be identified very easily, right? And not only that, IoTs have been used in the shopping areas. So in the shopping areas, once a person enters into the shopping mall, so where they can able to identify, so where these IoTs have been tagged to that items which are there in the shopping mall. So once any customer take that product, they can identify easily how much the cost it is. So immediately the scanner there, where they'll be using a scanners, with the help of that scanners they can able to get the price. So once they have been loaded those things into the trolley, so automatically the cost of the products will be added each and every time when you're adding the product into the cart. So such a things can be happen, and once you are being coming out, it automatically the amount will be detected from your credit or debit card from yours. So in such a way, where it is been designed, it is more easier. No need to, so when you compare with any other, so where no need to stand in a queue, or no need to wait for the billing. So all those things no need to wait, as well as for the shop keepers also, where they can have how much quantity it is there, whether to replace any other product, whether the products have been damaged or not. So all those things can be identified with the help of this IoTs. In such a way where this IoTs plays a very important role. And some of the key challenges of IoTs are, that is a cost of IoT. As I said, the cost of IoT is very high, as well as the internet availability. 24 hours the internet must be there, otherwise you can't able to make communication between one device to another device. And lack of vendor activities. See many of areas where about the IoTs, many of them may not be knowing, and So it becomes very difficult, right? And a lack of skilled resources in India. So in order to make any new kind of designs or experiments, the skilled persons are not in India. So now it has been growing. We can't say it is not at all there. So now it has been growing. And some of the basic important areas where these IoT's opportunities are there, that is IoT security, IoT analytics, and IoT operating systems, IoT platforms, and ecosystems. So these are the where you are having very good opportunities are there in order to get jobs into the this one. And with the help of this, I can say I can conclude this session by that is IoT needs specific tools for and technologies in order to work all these things. So these identifications and the sensors are a major components of IoT. And innovative technology approaches will require to make IoT a reality. This is what one of the most important things which has been done, and is what about IoT. Hope it is a basic view, basic idea of what IoT is. We have been got, and thank you very much.